Hey, I'm Emily with the Wix Collective, and today, as part of our e-commerce series, I'm going to be showing you all about categories in Wix. So at this point, we've already set up your products, and now we're going to move into how to organize them in categories. So first of all, you got to understand that organizing them in categories is helpful for you as the designer or the owner of the site, and also extremely helpful for the user experience of anyone visiting your site. So let's go ahead and just take a look at what this looks like as a finished product, and then I'm going to show you how to go about doing it yourself. So here behind the scenes, I've set up a couple different categories for the sample site here. So I've got the bread category, click on here. I've got the sourdough loaf in here. And how does this look on the site? Well, we're going to go to the editor and check it out. So here we're going to click preview. And here we've got all products listed. Remember, we've already made it through this part of our tutorials where it adds the pages for you automatically when you add the Wix Online Stores app to your editor. Now, it's always going to automatically, on its own, add the category all products. So here you can see all of our products. Now, because we have added those two different categories, you can look at your different categories here under bread and then under jams and jellies. So let me show you how I went about that. So we're going to go back to our categories. Now, what I did is I clicked add new category. This one's going to be called coffee. And just description, I don't need to have anything in here because it doesn't really matter. Add a category image. We're going to search for Wix for something that looks delicious with coffee, which I'm sure they all do. Okay, and then I'm going to add my product. You can add as many products as you want. Also note that, well, let me tell you this first. There's this little toggle here that says active on your site. When a category is active, you can then add it to your site menu, galleries, and other store elements from the editor. So basically, if it's active, then your users can search by that category or see it as like a filter, or you can link to it behind the scenes, like as a button in your menu or as a sub-menu category. I'm going to show you what I talk about there. But if you turn it off, then basically you are just using this as a way for you to categorize your items behind the scenes only for you. So if you try to link to or use it as a filter on your site, you're not going to be able to. But if it's active, then you can use it on your site, like for the end user. So if you turn it off, you don't have any like Google can't tell that that's a category, your users can't tell it's a category, just you behind the scenes. But if you turn it on and click save, then when we go into our, well, let's just refresh this page here, make sure that our category is showing up. And it is. Okay, there's our coffee category. We go in here to the editor. We can then browse by, well, of course, let's go back to editor because it's not really like fully loading. So when I go preview, you can see over here on the left, I've got it under coffee. And then there's my coffee under there, that product. So that is how it adds the category page. Now, if I want to add this category page to like my menu up here, then what I do is I go back to editor. I go to my site pages. I gotta move my face for a second. Go to manage pages. And then here, it's not featured in store pages. It's not even featured in the site menu yet. What I need to do is add a menu item, add it as a link, and then click page. What kind of page? I want it to be a category page. A link to the coffee page, click done. So now it adds it to my menu as a link, and I can click and drag it under in-season produce. That's not where it should be. We're under shop now. There we go, there we go. So that is how you create a link to that specific category page in the Wix editor. So I don't know, I think that's super cool. It's a little bit different than how it used to be. So if you have made it this far in your Wix website, say you have an older site like mine, my site's from like 2013 or something, it's like really old. And I don't have this specific process yet for some odd reason. I have Wix Editor, but my process is different. So instead of having this little category view, I have to manually add the pages to my site. It's a little more clunky, and also it's kind of a bummer because it takes away from, that 100-page limit that I have in Wix, where this isn't creating pages, it's just creating links. So this is definitely a better process, but if you are running into something weird like I was, feel free to leave a comment below, or also join the inner circle, and I'll have forum posts about this. We can talk about this in some of our live workshops and stuff in the inner circle. But okay, let's go back and check out our categories here. I think that's all I wanted to tell you about the categories. Maybe one more thing that would be good to note is that even if your category isn't active on your site, your products still are. So just because you would take off your category doesn't mean you're taking off your products. You're just taking it off as a category. Okay, I hope that helps. I'm excited to see you in the next video. Thanks for being a part of this series.